To Real Sports Live, another edition of Friday Night Lights coming to you from Richard R. Flores Stadium. Tonight's matchup features a District 31 6A between the home team, the Edinburg Economedes Jaguars, and the visiting crosstown rival Edinburg High Bobcats. The pride of Edinburg is in town on the away side, coming in with a 1-2 record. Both teams, for the Bobcats, they went 14-6. They lost 14-6 week 1 here at home against McAllen High School. Week 2 was lost 26-24 on the road, and week 3 last week they won 48-0 here at home against the Juarez Lincoln Huskies. Tonight they face the Economedes Jaguars, who have a road far traveled for themselves. We'll talk about them more after the playing of the national anthem here on Real Sports Live. Only 2 minutes and 24 seconds left till kickoff, so stay tuned, stay with us for some Friday Night Lights here in the gateway of the RGV, Edinburg, Texas. We'll be right back here in just a moment.
College High School, the award-winning district, has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
It down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Heart of the South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
And we're ready to get things underway here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. My alarm just went off for 7:30. That means it's only one thing here on a Friday night in Texas. Football time is ready to set and get underway. Bobcats, Jaguars, coming up very, very shortly here. There's our head official down on the floor and the aerial view, and we're about to show the Bobcats getting ready to come out of their tunnel, as well as the Jaguars. They got the smoke coming. Jaguars on the field first, getting ready for a kickoff. And now here come the Bobcats shortly after. And the cheerleaders flipping, and there's the Bobcats taking the main stage, the gridiron, here on Real Sports Live, the only place you can catch this game live if you're not here. And also, ladies and gentlemen, before I forget, don't forget about our football preview magazine. If you haven't got your hands on one yet, please let us know, and we'll let you know where you can find them. We have them venues across the RGV. mainly where our sponsors are. That's where we got our football previews. A lot of great information. We have players to watch. We have schedules. We have our game to watch. We have the record from last season, how the players did, how the team did. And you can only get that on our football preview. If you did not know, well, now you know. We have them at our entrances of the football game here tonight. Also, wherever else we are streaming tonight. So if you have someone that's at the game, tell them, hey, go to the entrance, give me a football preview. As head coach Rene Guzman sends his kickoff return unit on the field, and the Bobcats will be on offense first. They had a stellar performance last week against the Waters Lincoln Huskies, coming out of that one 48-0. Quarterback Rolando Abrego threw 10 for 12, 83 yards, a touchdown and an interception. While the running game was there for the Bobcats all night, he went 9 carries for 77 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. And the game is underway here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. Bobcats take the return at the 20, and that is number 30 on the return for Edinburg High School, Jacob Gonzalez, their junior running back. He's going to take it about 5 yards up, and we're ready to get this thing started, kicked off, ready to go here. 11:55 on the clock. The band is in full effect. The cheerleaders are here. The fans are in full attendance for both sides. And it's going to be Abrego in the empty set to start off the game here. After he sends Gonzalez in motion, a read option. Going to keep it for himself. Hold down the middle. Takes it to the right. And a nice open field tackle right there by number 6, the cornerback, Ulises Zuniga. Zuniga gets a nice tackle to bring up 2nd and 6 here for the Bobcats. Only allowing 4 yards in the first play of the game, considered a win for most coaches. And a false start as the whistle is blown and the flags are thrown from every angle on the field. The back, the side, as you see the official right there, head official with the white hat. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. They're going to move him back 5 yards to bring up a 2nd and 11. They're going to repeat 2nd down. So the Bobcats get a second shot at it with 5 yards behind. That first play did not matter. It's scratched off as Abrego calls for the snap, takes it. Finds a receiver on the bubble screen, drops it, never had possession of it to begin with. That was number 2, Abraham Gonzalez, the intended receiver, the running back, senior, coming into this game looking for a big, I guess you could say, second game of district play. It's a 3rd and 11 with 11:15 left to play here in quarter number 1. Still 0-0 on the board. Abrego calls for a man in motion, drops back to pass. Has a receiver open down the middle of the field, incomplete. That was number 19, I believe, pass was intended for. As we get a better look, that's actually number 15. That was Dylan Garza. As the clock stops, only 5 seconds came off of that. And we're going to be stuck at 11 minutes and 10 seconds as the punting unit comes on for Edinburg High School. Nice 3 and out there for Edinburg High School, or excuse me, for Economedes. They haven't had one of those in a while. As that punt booms away all the way back to the 25-yard line. Nice block right there to the left-hand side. Stiff arm isn't enough. And that's going to shave off a whole 11 seconds down to 10:59. And the Economedes Jaguars are going to take over at their own 32-yard line with a 1st and 10 after allowing 4 yards. And then it ended up being a false start, taking it back to 11 yards. And now we're stuck here with the Jaguars on the field, led by quarterback MJ Barrientos, also one of their captains. And a quick flag on the first play of offense. Here's the official. And another false start. This time it's for the Jaguars, sending them back 5 yards. Not the way they wanted to start their first drive under head coach, first-year head coach, Sean Vandermergel. Coming over from Vela last year, now taking the head coach position as Barrientos hands that off to his running back to the left-hand side. Finds a nice crease and takes that all the way down, close to a first down. That's going to bring up about a 2nd and 2. A nice 13-yard carry. That was number 2 on the carry, I believe. Correction. That was number 13, Brandon Torres. He's only a junior, so Coach Van has him for another year. Able to develop him just a bit more. And another flag comes. Or a whistle is blown. Here's the official again. So the first play of the first drive for the Economedes Jaguars started in a false start. And here we are once again. They get all the way down to 2nd and 2, and boom, another false start, and they get sent back 5 more yards once again. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Jaguars. Another handoff to Torres. If he had one like he did the first run, and the holes are there, it's a first down. They're going to hand it off back to him as Barrientos pulls it and throws it out to the right-hand side. The block didn't hold long enough, but we'll see if it's enough for a first down, as he's going to go out of bounds. And the official is going to wave over the chain gang, and they're going to be another first down here. First down of the game for either side of the ball. It's going to be the Jaguars who take control here on offense. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Only 6 yards to go, and they're in enemy territory. Receiver on the outside was number 2, Javier Medin, as Barrientos hands it off to the right-hand side again. That's Torres, the speedy running back, trying to spin out of it, but doesn't. Gets all the way down to about the 49 or the 50-yard line. We'll see where the official spot is. It's going to bring up a 2nd and about, call it a 2nd and 5 here, as they get down to the 49-yard line of their own territory. That was Torres once again on the carry. Barrientos once again almost trying to read option, but Torres gets stuffed in the backfield. Looks like he's going to make it back to the original line of scrimmage, and they're going to mark that as a 3rd and 5. So going nowhere on that last rush. Brandon Torres keeping it there back to the original line of scrimmage. Thank God he didn't lose any. He would have hoped to gain. That's just not the case as we head close to the 8-minute mark here in quarter number 1. The Jaguars are faced with a 3rd and 5 at their own 49-yard line. Barrientos. Tray formation to the right-hand side and a stretch play to the right as well. Torres is going to be drugged down from the back, crossing the 50, but he's going to be short about 2 yards, bringing up a 4th and 2. Looks like from the booth up here, and it is. Clock is going to continue to roll. He didn't get out of bounds. Now we'll see what Coach Sean Vandermergel decides to do. Offense looks like it's staying out on the field, and the last seconds, he's going to switch them out. So 3 and outs for the both sides of the ball on defense. Bobcats got their 3 and out just now, and the Jaguars had their 3 and out. We'll see if this continues. If so, it'll be a great defensive game here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. The parking lot is packed, not a place to park, as we get a flag very late just before the snap. We got to see what the official has to say. Unless it was a timeout called. Here it is official. And the timeout did get called by the Jaguars on a 4th and 2. We'll be right back here on Real Sports Live with the punt after this and a message from our sponsors.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
And we are back here. Punt underway. Nice punt rolling, or starts to bounce at the 21. Finds a hole all the way down the right-hand side, and that was Ben Gonzalez on the return. Looks like he got stopped around the 33-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats are going to start their first drive, or their second drive to be exact. But a flag is going to be thrown at the end of the play, back at the original line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be a holding on the Jaguars. Here's the official. So holding on the Jaguars sends them back 10 yards. Now they're faced with a 4th and 12. Bobcats are going to decline it. They're going to try the punt one more time just for better field position. They didn't have the option to assess it on the kickoff or the punt return, and that one's going to sail out of bounds at the 36-yard line. So they're only going to gain 3 more yards after that. 3 is better than nothing. They lost 5 in the last one, and that affected them a lot. So here we are. Bobcats' second drive as quarterback Rolando Abrego comes back onto the field. Just about midway through quarter number 1, we're still 0-0. Both teams have had their shot on offense. Both defense know what they're faced with. We'll see if they can capitalize. Abrego split formation, and it's going to be a penalty on the Jaguars. They were anticipating the blitz. Here's the official once again. The encroachment penalty, they got their 5 yards, so we're going to call that free 8 yards. You do the math on the punt return. They originally had it at the 33, now they got the 36. And another encroachment penalty. They're going to stop it once again. And looks like Bobcats are going to have a free first down here in this one. Here's the official.
Encroachment, defense, number 65, 5-yard penalty, total play, first down.
That was number 65 once again on the encroachment. Alexis Rodriguez, defensive lineman. So take 2. Abrego in the shotgun, same formation. Quarterback keeper to the right-hand side. Has a couple blocks and is just going to run out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be enough for a first down as the clock stops at 6:40. It's going to bring up a second and 1 to be exact. And they're going to hand it right back to Gonzalez on that one. He's going to fall forward. All he needed was a yard, and that's enough for a first down as the Bobcats move the chains here down in enemy territory. Jaguar 43-yard line with a 1st and 10. Abrego dropping back to pass, has a receiver just a bit too high. Incomplete. That was intended for number 8, Christian Ramirez. Ramirez unable to come down with that one as Abrego fit that perfectly in the window, but just not able to put it accurately. It's going to be a motion and a jet sweep to the left-hand side. Block wasn't there and held long enough as number 11, Raul Ramirez, takes the jet sweep. Only going for about 2 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 8. On the tackle was number 2, Javier Medin. So now the Bobcats have a 3rd and 8 facing them once again. As Abrego's going to take the snap, roll out to the right, eventually find his receiver once again. A fumble, but he's going to fall in it. That's Ramirez as he takes the first down for the Bobcats, stopping the clock at 5:29. As the sun sets here in Edinburg, Texas, is rising somewhere else around the world. That's the least of our worries. We're worried about Friday night lights here. As Abrego takes a snap, handoff to Gonzalez. Psych, he takes it for himself right down the middle, and another 10 yards for the Bobcats is going to keep this clock rolling. Bobcats moving the ball nicely as they're down to the Jaguar 15. Gonzalez is going to RPO option to the right-hand side, back to Ramirez. And Ramirez looks like he's going to go nowhere. He's going to fall back to the original line of scrimmage, bringing up a 2nd and 10. So now Bobcats have an opportunity to relax instead of rushing to the ball. They're waiting for the play call from the sideline, and Abrego's going to have 3 receivers to the left-hand side of him and 1 all alone down the right. Looks like he's uncovered as he's going to roll out to the left-hand side, make one man miss, and eventually fall down all the way to the 4-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats are going to start their next drive. Now they are in goal situation, 1st and goal, 2nd and goal. They only have 4 yards to go. We'll see what they can do. They keep moving the ball the way they have. It's going to be 6 points on the board. And the Bobcats are going to have the lead here fairly late in quarter number 1, as it's been 8 minutes that's gone by, no score. And we're looking for our first one here. Abrego, 3 receivers to the right, takes the snap. Now he's going to call his own number to the right-hand side, tries to fall in, but he's going to be short once again. He's going for 3 yards on that one. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 as the clock continues to roll here. Under 4 minutes. They got the play call from the sideline. Formation is set. And Abrego's back in the shotgun once again. Gonzalez accompanied him in the backfield. Quarterback read option, and he's going to fall in, rolling in style. That's going to be 6 points on the board for the Bobcats of Edinburg High School. 3:28 is where the clock stops. And the band and the fans start cheering. Here they are. Sounds of the game, Real Sports Live. You can only catch it here. Kick is up and away. That was number 49 for the Bobcats, Joseph Sanchez, making it point number 7. Extra points good. And now the Bobcats lead 7-0 with 3:28 left in quarter number 1. We'll be right back here. Quick message from our sponsors and the kickoff after this on Real Sports Live.
You're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever.
And we're back. There's the cheerleaders for the Bobcats celebrating, and the sunset here in the beautiful state of Texas. Arguably the best part of Texas here in the Rio Grande Valley. And there is number 49 once again, Joseph Sanchez, kicking it up and away, pooching it down to about the 35. It's going to be recovered, and that's where the Jaguars will start. That was number 24, Rudy Lara, on the recovery for the Bobcats. And once again, here we have the Sunset Vibes edition here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. Sun is setting. Looks beautiful on camera, but if you're here in person, ladies and gentlemen, you'll fall in love. First and 10 for the Jaguars, 3:28 on the clock, and they are down at their own 35-yard line. They need a ways to go to tie this ball game up, and they're looking to do just that. Barrientos sails that up too high for his receiver. That was intended for Medin, as that falls incomplete, stopping the clock with 3:20. Bringing up a 2nd and 10 now for the Jaguars. Weren't able to talk about the Jaguars much, but their season opener, not at home but away, was won 17-7. PSG Southwest Javelinas. They were able to come out of there with a two-score lead and a victory, 17-7. Now we would go over to week 2 for the Jaguars. Did not go in their favor one bit. 40-28. They put up points, but not as much as they would have wanted to. And we head over to week 3 last week against their another city rival, Edinburg North. They lost that one 53-0. They had a lot of talk about that next Saturday, as Barrientos, read option, takes it for himself and gets swallowed up there, bringing up a 4th down. That was Yael Herrera on the tackle, number 99. Big 99, also one of the captains for the Bobcats. He was on the field assisting with the coin toss just before kickoff. As we head down to about 2:26 here in quarter number 1, and the Jaguars are faced with a 4th and 1, looking to get the first down to keep the drive alive. We see if they can do just that. Look for a stretch play or inside handoff, and here it comes. 1 yard is all that needed, and it looks like the official's gonna give it to them. You see the official there at the bottom of your screen has his hand up past the marker. And it looks like the Jaguars are going to keep their drive alive, continuing it after gaining just 1 is all they needed and 1 is all they got. It's not Valentine's yet, but that's the 1 they needed. As the official signals for the clock to roll continuously, we head down to under 2 minutes here at Richard R. Flores Stadium, excuse me. Jaguars quickly rush to the line, but a timeout's going to be called by Economedes. That's their 2nd one of the quarter. They only got 1 more to use for a whole nother quarter in the 2nd. So we'll be right back here. Message from our sponsors. There's the student section for the Jaguars. We'll be right back after this on Real Sports Live.
To 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Edinburg, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
And here we are back on Real Sports Live. My bad, I did not stop the clock. It's actually 127 on the scoreboard, as well as ours. Handoff, Barrientos, RPO to the receiver on the outside. That was intended for number 7 this time, Ethan Barron. It's gonna be too high for Barron, not able to stretch out and reach up for it. It's gonna bring up a 2nd and 10 now. During the break, you were able to look over at the Jaguar students section. They got a fair amount of students here in attendance for the game, looking for their 2nd win under Coach Sean Vandermergel, as well as some of the fans, parents, grandparents, uncles, siblings, as Barrientos sends Medin in motion. Jet sweep to the right-hand side, tries to make a man miss, but gets swallowed up for a loss of 1. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 11 now for the Jaguars here on this next possession. A lot to look forward to for the Jaguars coming into this game. Both teams 1 and 2 as they look for their first victory, or their 2nd victory of the season, as Barrientos is faced with a 3rd and 11. He drops back to pass, has Medin wide open down the right side of the field, makes the man miss, but steps out of bounds. And that's going to stop the clock with 28 seconds, and a huge play there for the Jaguars as they keep this drive alive, now down into enemy territory. Only 31 yards to go as we take a look at the replay. Put in the full screen for you. It's going to be at the top of your screen. The corner route by Medin was perfect, and it keeps this drive alive. Barrientos dropping back to pass once again. Outside pass to his receiver. That's number 7 on the reception, Ethan Barron. Now Barron gets a touch. Dropped the pass earlier as he gets this one with ease. Nice little 5-yard stopping route. And a good gain. This is a gain of 7 as they're faced with a 2nd and 3 now. Looks like Coach Vandermergel is going to let the clock roll down to quarter number 2, and we'll be right back here as they flip sides on the field. Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this and a message from our sponsors.
Nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms.
We're back here, quarter number 2 set to get underway as the Jaguars are marching down the field. 2nd and 3 at the Bobcats' 24-yard line. This is how we're going to start the 2nd quarter. Barrientos has a man down in the flats and completes it. Nice little out route there by the Jaguars. As they stop the clock because it was a 1st down. That was number 4 on the reception, Ray Medina, on the quick, call it a 5-yard reception there for the Jaguars. Not much, but it's enough to keep the drive continued as they're granted with another 1st and 10, this time at the Bobcats' 19-yard line. Barrientos once again shooting it out to Torres, trying to make a couple defenders miss, as it looks like he's going to go forward for just about maybe a yard or 2 on this next play. Looks like he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to stay at a 2nd and 10 here for the Jaguars. as Barrientos has the ball once again. Under center or shotgun formation. Hand off to the left-hand side. That's number 21, Jose Lozoya. Lozoya is going to lose a chunk of yardage there to drop him back to 3rd and 14. It looks like the Jaguars might have to settle for 3 if they're not able to convert here. They're able to get the 4th and 1, but even at that, they were stuffed. If it was a 4th and 2, it would have gone the opposite way. So we'll see what they can do up next. 3rd and 14 here for the Jaguars. As everyone is in confusion on the offensive line, they're switching left and right. Barrientos, stretch play to the left-hand side. They overload the left, but the block wasn't there. I believe that was number 13. Lozoya is actually number 21. Lozoya, who stays in the game at running back, should have cut that into left downfield as Medin was blocking down, taking the corner to the sideline. Would have gone for a better chunk of yardage, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 11. The kicker is actually number 2, Javier Medin. As he gets that up, away, through the uprights, and 3 points go on the board for the Economedes Jaguars. Kickoff right after this here on Real Sports Live. We'll be right back in just a bit.
To purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after, I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at 1st and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
And we're back here, Real Sports Live, just getting ready for the kickoff. Javier Medin nailed call it about a 34-yard field goal, maybe a 40. As he got the kickoff there, but a flag is going to be thrown, and here's the official. As they're looking for the Bobcats to figure out what they want to do. Do they want to accept or do they want to re-kick? Here's the official.
Offside. Kick it deep. Number 19. Free kick.
So it wasn't offsides on the Jaguars. And the Bobcats are going to elect for them to re-kick, so they're going to step back onto the field. Little mistakes like that are not of help when you're trying to win your second ball game. Here in this one, it comes down to discipline, and it's just something you go through in practice, in the classroom, in the film room. So a new culture change for the Jaguars as Coach Van DeMurgo comes into Economedes. He's got to set his rules and his guidelines. So there's the kickoff from Medin. Received at about the 20-yard line, making a man miss, spinning out of it, and another spin. That's number 15. Dylan Garza making a play on the kickoff return, bringing him all the way down just to about the 50-yard line, the 46 to be exact. The replay. There's Garza, fielded it at the 20-yard line. Somehow he got out of that, almost escaped these last two defenders. That would have been a huge play for the Bobcats, but they are faced with a 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line with 9:40 left to play. Abregos gonna hand it off to his running back down the middle. They're gonna get across the 50 all the way down to the opposite 46.
Noel Serna, the ball carrier for the Bobcats. Defensively, Tim Plata.
So that's gonna bring up a 2nd and 2, a gain of 8 there. Another handoff back to the running back as he's gonna have more than enough for a first down. Trying to get the number on the back. That's number 10. He's gonna say, keep feeding me. That's Noel Serna. Serna in the last game against the Juarez Lincoln Huskies. He went for 14 carries, 71 yards. He had 1 reception for 4 yards, so didn't have a big game last week on a huge win. The wealth was shared around as Abrego takes that for himself down the right-hand side, still on his feet, down to about the 24-yard line, and another first down for the Bobcats as the streak continues. Big plays. The run defense is nowhere to be found for Economedes. As they're flipping through a number of pages. Call it the yellow pages. They're trying to find a good number play to run as Abrego takes a snap once again. Handoff back to Serna. Stiff arm and racing down the left side, but a flag is thrown. A touchdown nonetheless, but it's going to come back as we have a holding on the field. That was on the receiver. I believe it was number 4, Rivers Martinez. As we turn it over to the official, trying to figure out the official number. A beautiful play drawn up correctly, but the penalty did not help. We're going to take a look at the replay really quick. As you see number 4 at the bottom of your screen, the first receiver from left to right, and the hold is right there. It's not something that they can afford, something that should be happening here. It's going to be a 1st and 10 as a replay first down. Abrego is going to roll out to the right, fire it out to the right-hand side, down the sideline, making defenders miss. That's number 8, Christian Ramirez. Able to come back in this one, and they score. 22-yard reception and 6 points on the board for Christian Ramirez. The band is already on the field, so they're not going to be doing their little number. The cheerleaders are there, so they're going to be cheering. But we have the kickoff, or the extra point. Just after that, we're going to take a look at the replay and then send you to the kickoff. Kick is up, good through the uprights. That's Joseph Sanchez making it 14-3 here with 7:36 left to play in quarter number 2. Here's a replay of the official touchdown. Abrego rolling to the right. You see him there. Ramirez, 2 defenders. I'm pretty sure Christian Ramirez put some baby oil on before the game. He's too slippery for that one. And that brings us here. We'll have the kickoff in just a bit after a quick commercial break and a message from our sponsors here on Real Sports Live.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at...
And here we are back on Real Sports Live. Joseph Sanchez kicking it off to Economedes. Fielded at about the 12, 13-yard line. Medin takes it out down the middle, makes a couple defenders miss, and he's going to take that all the way down to about the 33, 34-yard line.
Medellin returning the kickoff up the middle for Economedes. Defensively for the Bobcats, number 9, Alex Yevy.
Taking all the way down to about the 33, and that's where Economedes is going to start their next drive with 7:36 left to play in quarter number 2. They're looking for a touchdown. A field goal would be nice, but a touchdown would be even better as Barrientos gets the handoff to Torres, cutting it back to the left-hand side. Fumble on the play, and the Bobcats are going to recover it quickly as it's jumping up and down, and there it goes. Bobcats have the ball back as we got to take a look at the replay once again. Somehow that ball bounced up in the air as it gets recovered. I'm trying to see who was on the recovery. Why not take a look at the replay again? Good play. That was number 99 on the tackle. Looks like one of their defensive backs had the recovery. That was Yael Herrera who had the stop there. Forced fumble next to the stat sheet. And now the Bobcats have the ball. End around. Number 8 on the reception. Christian Ramirez goes for his second touchdown. But another flag is thrown from all angles of the field once again. And we have to take a look about what's going on here. Here is the official once again. And another holding call, and it's going to be the same receiver, Rivers Martinez. Bringing back another touchdown for his Bobcats as Christian Ramirez would have had his second of the night. A nice little end around, work to perfection. As the Bobcats got to try this once again. 1st and 11 from the Jaguars' 16-yard line. It's going to be a quick handoff back to Gonzalez. For a gain of about 3 yards, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
Jesse Navarro on the stop. Gain of 4 yards on the carry, sets up a 2nd and 6 from the 11.
2nd and 6 to be exact. Abrego trying to get the hard count going, trying to get the Bobcats or the Jaguars to move, and a flag gets thrown. Here's the official once again.
Number 53, flag up penalty.
Abrego got the wrong side of the line to move. Defensive line flinched just a bit, but they weren't able. They didn't take the bait as the offensive line moved back. They're now pushed back 5 more yards, and that's going to spring up a 2nd and 11 for the Bobcats. Once again, they were able to get out of that mess the first time. We'll see if they can do it again. Takes a snap, looking to pass, has a receiver, back shoulder, almost intercepted. That was number 8 on the deflection, Jose Arredondo. Not able to complete it. As we take a look at the replay, clock stops at 5:43. As he comes over from the safety position, the corner was blitzing, trying to bait Abrego into throwing that, trying to get an interception, maybe 6 if he had the speed for it. But a great defensive draw up there by George Villarreal. That's their defensive coordinator for the Jaguars. As Abrego's gonna man in motion, tunnel screen down the middle, wide open lane, and that's a touchdown. Number 4, Rivers Martinez. Rivers Martinez untouched for the touchdown as we take a look at this play in full screen. Perfect blocking by the offensive lineman and the receivers down the field, and that puts another 6 on the board for the Bobcats as we await the extra point from Joseph Sanchez. As that gets up through the uprights and make it 21 as the Bobcats lead 21-3 here in quarter number 2 with 6:24 left to play. We'll be right back here on Real Sports Live in just a bit.
Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
And we are back getting ready for the kickoff. Bobcats able to put 7 more on the board just before the 6-minute mark here, or the halfway minute mark here in quarter number 2, just before we head over to the halftime. They're leading right now 21-3, and Sanchez is going to get ready once again for another kickoff. Make that number 4 or number 3. Going to send that down. Medin has it fielded as he runs into his own defender. Probably could have gone for a bit more yards, but into his own defender he goes. And the Jaguars are going to start their next possession, hopefully not their last of the half, at their own 28-yard line with a 1st and 10 as they're down 18 points here in this one. It's 3 scores. Take the lead. Medin takes it from the Wildcat position all the way down.
Again, Medellin running with the quarterback position. Medellin brought down by Ben Gonzalez.
Taken down after a gain of 4. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Offense talking a lot of things over down on the field on the Bobcat side of things, as the defense for the Jaguars, they got a lot to talk about and a lot of different things to draw up and things they need to fix. As Medin takes the handoff to the right-hand side, that's Lozoya, who's dropped back. That was number 5 on the tackle, Ryan Guindo.
Loss of about 5 yards. That's a big 3rd and 13 from the 25.
Gudinho. As the clock continues to roll, they're going to be dropped back all the way to 3rd and 13. That's a loss of 8 on that last carry by Lozoya. And it looks like Barrientos is back in at quarterback. Bubble screen there by Medin. Pass just a foot short, too low. It's going to stop the clock with 4:39. As that goes incomplete, and here comes the punt unit for the Jaguars. Not able to convert, not able to put anything up on the board, as they're going to send it back to the Bobcats, who just want to keep the score going, keep piling on points here in this one.
Punter for Economedes, number 2, Javier Medin.
Medin's going to be the one to punt it away. Back to receive is number 1, Ben Gonzalez, the junior defensive back, who lets that one fall, takes it, makes one defender miss down the right-hand side, but eventually drugged down from the back. That's number 45 on the tackle. Vicente Aguirre for the Economedes Jaguars. That's going to take us down to 4:29, a 10-second play. And now Bobcats have it at their own 42-yard line with a 1st and 10 and a lot of green grass ahead of them. Looking for the blue turf in the end zone. We'll see if they can punch it in once again. Abrego with the hard count. Eventually gets to snap a quick handoff down to his running back. That's number 10 on the carry, Noel Serna. Serna takes that down for a nice gain of 9. Going to bring up a 2nd and 1. Got a quick score update from Lyford, who's playing against Santa Maria. They're leading right now 25-6. 8 minutes left in the second. One of the games we're covering over there. Rudy has the call. Another reception. It was number 4. Once again, already a touchdown for Rivers Martinez. Gets a 1st down this time as they enter enemy territory. This time it's the opposite 42-yard line in Jaguar territory with a 1st and 10. And Abrego sends his man in motion, fumble, and the ball is picked up. That's number 19 on the recovery, Didier Martinez. Fumbling the ball was number 15, Dylan Garza. As we take a look at the replay, Knife has been recovered here. Life again back on the Jaguars as they're in the offensive huddle looking and trying to figure out what play they want to run. A very important one here at that. They got 3:43 on the clock. They're down 18 points. And need something to work out here as they go back to the original line of scrimmage after a carry by Lozoya. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 once again. Jaguars not able to make anything happen on play number 1 of the drive. A repeat story for them. We'll see if that changes here on 2nd and 10. As 4 yards is considered a win, and most of coaches, in the mind of most of coaches, if you get 4 yards, you win the play, because if you get 4 yards again, it's a 3rd and 2, and an easy conversion after that. Barrientos. Lozoya, read option. Barrientos keeps it for himself back to the line of scrimmage. And they are there for that. That was number 31. Edward Zuniga on the tackle as we have a timeout called by the Bobcats with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter. That's their first timeout. Bobcats have 2 more. Jaguars have 1. We'll be right back after this here on Real Sports Live.
We are the Orange Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We are the Los Red Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
And here we are back. There's the band moving their instruments onto the sideline. No, not to the sideline, but to the track as they get ready to perform at halftime. Only 2 minutes and 50 seconds away on the play clock. Could be more as Barrientos sails that one over the middle. Pass goes incomplete. Stopping the clock once again. That was number 24, who almost had the interception for Edinburg High School. Albert Armedias. Nice, hefty, long last name. Intended receiver was number 7 for the Jaguars, Ethan Barron. And here you are, the Jaguars faced with a 4th and 10. The last-ditch effort on 3rd down wasn't enough, as it looks like they're going to punt this one away back to Bobcats. To the Bobcats, excuse me. Ben Gonzalez has it down at about the 15 and gets drugged down, thrown like a doll by number 45 on the tackle, Vicente Aguirre. That stops the clock with 2:30, and the Bobcats back on the offensive side of things once again, as they're all the way down at their own 19. A long ways to go, but the way this game has been going for them offensively, it's not going to take them long to get there, as they're faced with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line, backed up inside the 20. Abrego empty set, man in motion. He's going to keep it for himself, taking it back the opposite way, has a lane, has a couple blocks as well. Makes a couple defenders miss, stiff-armed as the pile is going to continue to go. And that's going to be a huge 1st down gain there for the Bobcats. With 2:21 left to play, here's the replay. We're going to have another timeout. It's going to be the Jaguars calling their last and final timeout with 2:21. But here's the replay from Abrego. The man in motion was Noel Serna, as Abrego is releasing his inner Michael Vick. We'll be right back here after the break on Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
And here we are back. Bobcat cheerleaders want to do a little number right there as they gather up. They're huddling up, trying to figure out what they want to, the next cheer they want to do, unless they're going to take a picture. But after the timeout here, the Bobcats now on the field. The Jaguars, they called it. They're running onto the field now. 2:21. Bobcats lead by 18 here, with the score being 21-3 at their own 42-yard line. We'll see what they can do coming up next here, as Abrego empty set once again takes the snap. Looks like looking to pass down the middle. Wide open receiver on the reception all the way down to the opposite 30-yard line, and that was number 11 to be exact. Raul Ramirez with a huge reception for the Bobcats as the clock stops and the chain moves. Looks like we're going to have a player down. Unfortunately, he's back up on his feet quickly. That's number 71, one of the captains for the Bobcats, Alessandro Escobedo.
Being escorted by the Edinburg High School athletic training.
Only a junior here. Coach Guzman, grateful to have him back for another year. And now here we are back, ready to go. Bobcats able to talk some things over, as well as the Jaguars. So an injury timeout gives them a second opportunity here. We'll see if Escobedo was fine and dandy here after this. Under 2 minutes now. Abrego taking the snap, but a flag gets thrown. Here's the official.
Offense number 6, flag-yard penalty, remain 1st down.
Abrego not able to get the snap off in time. It's going to be a delay of game, pushing him back 5 yards, bringing up a 1st and 15 now. the clock continues to roll here in this one. Very late at the end of the half. Abrego's going to roll out to his right, have a receiver down the right-hand side. A quick throw back to Raul Ramirez. He's going to count once again. And it looks like the Bobcats are going to rush to the line. And here comes Escobedo back into the game. Looked like a little minor cramp he got. Now he's back in at right tackle. Very important piece of the puzzle of protecting Abrego, their quarterback. He's going to be a read option. He's going to keep it for himself down the middle. Now he's going to run out to his left. Hopeful for no holding penalties. Rolling out, spinning it into the end zone all by himself. Rolando Abrego, the magician, making it look easy. And here is the replay. In traffic, we'll see how he does it. Just poor tackling by the Economedes Jaguars. That gives the Bobcats another 6 points as they score just before the half. You heard the Bobcats. There were Bobcat fans in full force here. They filled up every seat on the away side that they could. Of course, you got the band here. You have the dance teams here. The cheerleaders are here. The student sections here. Everyone's here for the Bobcats. They have the whole city on their back. The point was up, and it went through the uprights once again. We couldn't expect nothing less from Joseph Sanchez. And we're going to take a quick commercial break once again here on Real Sports Live with the kickoff after this.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K 3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it.
And welcome back. We're getting ready to kick things off once again. Joseph Sanchez, excuse me. As the ball fell off of the tee, he's going to have to reposition it. Not much wind out tonight. The flags are blowing. As we take a look over here at the forecast. We have about an 8-mile-an-hour winds going east-southeast. Just going to be fielded at about the 15. Not going to go very much further after that. That was number 4, Ray Medina, on the kickoff return. They're going to lose 3 seconds. It's going to be 53 seconds left now in the half. Humidity, I'm playing a big factor here. 63% humidity. It says it's 88, but it sure feels like 97 out here in Edinburg, Texas. Barrientos in the shotgun. Pistol formation, handoff to the right-hand side. And that's going to go forward for Torres. That's going to make it back to about the 33-yard line. It's going to bring up a 6-yard gain. And a 2nd and 5, actually a 5-yard gain. Only 5 yards to go after this. 2nd and 5 here. Clock is continuing to roll. They only have under 20 seconds left to go. A handoff to the left-hand side. Back for Torres. And he's going to be swallowed up quickly by number 43 in the backfield. That's Ramon Vasquez. Vasquez got his fair share of the tackles, and that's going to do it here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. 28-3 is the score. As we enter halftime, you get to see the band perform, the dance team perform as well. Then we're going to give a quick little halftime analysis just about midway through. So 28 minutes are going to be put on the clock, and we're going to sync it up with the scoreboard. So we'll be right back after this here on Real Sports Live. 28 minutes left, and third quarter will be underway. We'll be back once again.
See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white vans. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live. We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm
doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Edinburg, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles, how about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodolfo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We are the Los Retos Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live. We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're
service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Edinburg, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland,
Welcome back here to Real Sports Live. Just 17 minutes away from kickoff here to start quarter number 3. Little quick halftime show. There's the Bobcat band, Jaguar band about to take the field. We're going to give you some first half highlights right now here on Real Sports Live of the game, and then some score updates, and we're going to talk some football as well, what the Jaguars can do differently and what the Bobcats can do differently, erase and do better. We'll be right back here, Real Sports Live. First half highlights coming up next. Take the snap, roll out to the right, eventually find his receiver once again, a fumble, but he's going to fall in it. That's Ramirez, as Gonzalez accompanied him in the backfield. Quarterback read option, and he's going to fall in, rolling in style. That's going to be, they had a lot of talk about that next Saturday, as Barrientos read option takes it for himself and gets swallowed up there, bringing up a 4th down. Or their second victory of the season, as Barrientos is faced with a 3rd and 11. He draws back to pass, has Medin wide open down the right side of the field, makes a man miss, but steps out of bounds. The kicker is actually number 2, Javier Medin. As he gets that up, away, through the uprights, and 3 points go on the board. He's got to set his rules and his guidelines. There's the kickoff from Medin. Received at about the 20-yard line, making a man miss, spinning out of it, and another spin. That's number 15. He had 1 reception for 4 yards, so didn't have a big game last week on a huge win. The wealth was shared around as Abrego takes that for himself down the right-hand side, still on his feet, down to about the 24-yard line, and another first down of Pages. Call it the yellow pages. They're trying to find a good number play to run as Abrego takes a snap once again. Handoff back to Serna, stiff arm and racing down the left side, but a flag is thrown. Forward, something that should be happening here. It's going to be a 1st and 10 as a replay first down. Abrego is going to roll out to the right, fire it out to the right-hand side, down the sideline, making defenders miss. That's number 8, Christian Ramirez. Touchdown will be even better as Barrientos gets the handoff to Torres, cutting it back to the left-hand side. Fumble on the play, and the Bobcats are going to recover it quickly as it's jumping up and down, and there it goes. Bobcats have the ball back. Takes a snap, looking to pass, has a receiver, back shoulder, almost intercepted. That was number 8 on the deflection, Jose. Brego's going to man in motion, tunnel screen down the middle, wide open lane, and that's a touchdown. Number 4, Rivers Martinez. Got a lot to talk about and a lot of different things to draw up and things they need to fix. As Medin takes the handoff to the right-hand side, that's Lozoya, who's dropped back. That was number 5, 42-yard line. In Jaguar territory with a 1st and 10. And Abrego sends his man in motion, fumble, and the ball is picked up. That's number 9. He's going to keep it for himself, taking it back the opposite way. Has a lane, has a couple blocks as well. Makes a couple defenders miss, stiff-armed as the pile is going to continue to go. As Abrego empty set once again, takes the snap. Looks like looking to pass down the middle, wide open receiver. on the reception all the way down to the opposite 30-yard line, and that was number 11 to be. He's going to be a read option. He's going to keep it for himself down the middle. Now he's going to run out to his left. Hopeful for no holding penalties. Rolling out, spinning it into the end zone all by himself. He's going to take the snap. So there you have it, first half highlights. Coming to you from Richard R. Flores Stadium. The last touchdown run by the quarterback, Rolando Abrego. Able to make defenders miss. Somehow he got in the end zone with that one. We're here to talk about what both teams can do differently. Offensively for the Jaguars, they need to eliminate penalties, hold on to the football, and make plays. That's the biggest thing they need to do. Right? I'm sure Coach Van's talking about them about those three main components right now, probably going over some plays they can do differently, what they've seen Bobcats do differently from what they haven't seen on film, defensive-wise, what they've seen offensively differently from the Bobcats from what they haven't shown on film. You know, a lot of these coaches and players don't, or coaches and teams don't really send out what they're going to run, or they install new plays every week for a different opponent just because they know they haven't seen it and they're going to hit them with it. And Bobcats right now, it shows 28-3 the score. Their offense is clicking left and right, but the penalties, the mistakes, they get them, but they're able to make them back, and that's one thing that they're good at doing is, you know, erasing those mistakes and then getting those yards back. If you erase the mistakes completely, it'd be a whole different game. It'd probably be maybe 42-3 right now, if that's the case. I don't know if they'd even allow 3 points. But we'll see what happens next. Defensively for the Bobcats, I mean, they've come up with stops, they come up with turnovers, and that's just what more can you ask from a defense at that standpoint when you're in a district ball game. 31-6A is very competitive, and they're looking for their second win under Coach Rene Guzman. Looking back here at their stats, last week they won 48-0, a statement win, but not a good team. Why does Lincoln? I mean, we look at them. They're right now, they haven't won a game. They're 0-3. They've gotten blown out 65-0 week 1. Week 2 they lost to Donna North 38-14, and then last week to Bobcats. So the Bobcats have a tough schedule up ahead of them. We'll talk about their scheduling later, as they got 3 tough games coming up next in 31-6A. As for Economedes, their next 3 games might just be just as tough. So halftime, only 10 minutes away for kickoff. The Jaguar band on the field right now. I'm Brandon Guzman on the mic. We'll be right back with you in just about 10 minutes here on Real Sports Live. Second half about to get underway. Once we get back from halftime, we're going to read you some halftime updates around the Valley of the games that we are covering. So stay tuned for that here on Real Sports Live. We'll be right back with you in about 10 minutes to kick off half number 2 on Real Sports Live.
District focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodolfo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We are those Fresno Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And Luke for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Luke for your motors, we're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
It down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Heart of the South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community? Our dealership here for you, and you, sky's the limit.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Edinburg, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And here we are back from halftime. Jaguars getting ready to run out of the huddle, trailing down by 25 points. 28-3 is the score. Looking for a change of direction here in half number 2. We'll see if they have the opportunity to do just that. Bobcats going into their tunnel, getting ready to run out as well. And some halftime scores around the valley of teams that we are covering here today. We have, of course, 28-3 here in Edinburg, Texas. La Villa is beating Monte Alto 28-0. Toloso Midway is losing to La Feria 38-14. La Feria traveled up over there. Corpus Christi Moody and Corpus Christi Ray, they're tied at 14 at halftime. Mission and Edinburg North. Mission has 14, Edinburg North is 10. A great game going on over there. Kevin Otto and John Trevino have the call in Hidalgo right now. Falfurrias is losing to Odom 28-6. Gregory Portland on top of Corpus Christi Carroll 49-6. No end in sight there. Santa Maria and Lifer tied up at 6-6. And here we are back, quarter number 3. Getting ready to get this game underway. Bobcats are going to be the ones kicking off first. To the Jaguars, they have they declined the coin flip. They won it, declined it. And now here they are receiving in half number 2. Looking for a spark coming out of halftime. We'll see if the talk was enough. They had a lot of time to talk about what they want to do differently, offensively, defensively, special teams wise. We'll see if they can do that as the Bobcats had their time. Same time, fair share of time. 28 minutes to go talk about what they wanted to do as well. Differently, the same, what they can change, what they can do better, what they can erase mistakes. And we're ready to get this game underway. 3 minutes on the clock, 28-3. As the second half is underway, courtesy of Joseph Sanchez. Fielded back at the 20-yard line, is going to be taken up past the 30. That's number 7 on the return, Ethan Barron. And Barron's going to start us off. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 33-yard line once again to start off the half. Got a lot of things to cover here with 28 minutes back on, or 24 minutes to be exact, left to play. Left the football to play, and we have a timeout, or excuse me, a flag thrown on the first play. Once again, here is the head official.
Ball start, offense, number 62, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Back to what we were talking about during the halftime, what the Jaguars need to eliminate, what both teams, matter of fact, need to eliminate, not just the Jaguars, the Bobcats as well, is penalties. And that just sets them back 5 more yards to start out the half. And they're now back at their own 29-yard line. A quick handoff there to Brandon Torres. Goes for about maybe 4. They're going to take him back close to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. 11:35. Ladies and gentlemen, quick question. Where are you watching from? If you have access to our YouTube and you have a comment section or a Facebook comment section, put us there. Where are you watching from? Who are you watching for? Who you are, if you're alumni, if you're a recent graduate, if you're still in school, if you have a nephew, a grandson, maybe your son's playing, you're not able to make it, you're out of town. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll give you a quick shout out here. Handoff goes for a loss of 1. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 12 for the Jaguars. We have 1 minute off of the clock. So if you're watching from anywhere, it doesn't matter where it's from, we will give you a shout out personally. Facebook or YouTube. Roll out bootleg. Changing pace on the field, launches one deep down to the logo, and that goes nowhere. No one in the vicinity but the receiver. That is Baron once again in the vicinity, not able to catch it, covered up quickly. And that's going to stop the clock with 10:33. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 12 for the Jaguars. Once again, they face 4th down, not going the way they wanted to. Here coming out of the half. We'll see if anything changes down the line. The punt is up and away. It's going right out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. That's where the Bobcats are going to take over. Now they're at their own 33 is where they're going to mark it. We have Evelia Sanchez. She says, go Bobcats. She's class of 2000, and she's watching from her house in Edinburg, Texas. Thank you for tuning in, Miss Sanchez. Glad you're joining us here tonight. All caps. She's excited for this one as her Bobcats are leading 28-3, and now they're back on offense with 10:33 left to play. A handoff down the middle, almost breaking a tackle and getting loose. That was Jacob Gonzalez on the carry. And he's going to be just 2 yards short of the first down, bringing up a 2nd and 2. Abrego still in the shotgun. Another handoff back to Gonzalez, looking for those 2 yards. Is he going to get it? Looks like he's going to go for 1 yard on that one. And he's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 now. 3rd down conversion here for the Bobcats to keep their drive alive if they can do it. Another handoff back to Gonzalez, and that's going to be more than enough for a first down. As they move the chains, the time stops with 9:24. It's going to resume very, very shortly. As the Bobcats move up to their own 47, almost getting into Jaguar territory. As the clock continues to roll once again. Roll out to the left-hand side. Abrego has a quarterback keeper, makes one defender miss. Down the sideline, tiptoeing on his feet, still one man to miss. Cuts it inside and gets drugged down. all the way down inside the 20 to the 12 to be exact. And here's the replay of Abrego, but we do have a flag on the play as we turn it over to the head official right now.
Holding. Offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty for the split foul. Remains first down.
And going back to what has been killing these both teams offensively and defensively, penalties. A big run right there gets erased off the stat sheet, off the board, and they go all the way back to their own 45-yard line because of a holding penalty. I know that's something Coach Rene Guzman wants to fix on that. Also, my last name is also Guzman. No relation between me and the head coach of the Bobcats. Abrego, empty set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. He's going to take it for himself once again, but they're there for it. Jaguars read it perfectly. That's number 42, Tim Balata, on the tackle, making the first initial contact and stop. Open field tackle. Very good. And we're now down to about 8:30 with a 2nd and 10 from the Bobcats 47-yard line. Looking for some more points on the board or just run the clock out, see how fast they can get out of here. And Abrego shoots it out to the right-hand side, finds his receiver complete. Not enough for a first down, but it's going to get him closer. That was number 8 on the reception, Christian Ramirez. They're going to be about 4 yards shy of the first down, bringing up a 3rd and 4. Bobcats are having a grand old time here. I wish we could turn it over to them. The band and the cheerleaders, the dancers. Here's sounds of the game from Real Sports Live. Bobcats band right after this play. We're going to turn it over to them for just a bit. Abrego motions his receiver. Quarterback keeper to the right-hand side. Lead blocking is good. And a huge first down gain there for the Bobcats as they make it all the way across Jaguar territory down to their own, to the opposite 35-yard line. Sounds of the game right now for the Bobcats. And the band continues to play. They're not going to stop. Handoff, jet sweep, the left-hand side. That's Raul Ramirez on the carry. Ball came loose. Jaguars say they got it, but the official says that they're gonna. He was down with contact first. That was number 10, Raul Ramirez on the carry, bringing up a 2nd and about 2 or 3. It's gonna be a 2nd and 2. Bobcats once again. Nice inside cut right there. Enough for a first down. That was number 15, Dylan Garza on the carry or the reception. That's going to be enough for a first down. Clock is going to stop with 6:24. And it's going to continue to roll as well. They're going to hurry up offense, trying to get the Jaguars off of their number. And a quick handoff back to Serna. Goes for about a gain of 4. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6, I believe. As we go under 6 minutes here in quarter number 3, Bobcats taking up most of the time. It's actually a 2nd and 6, a gain of 4 there. I was correct. And another handoff once again, wide down the middle, empty. No one in sight. Number 30, Jacob Gonzalez making it look easy. Here's the replay. The handoff to Gonzalez. Perfect blocking downfield by his offensive lineman. He better buy him tacos tomorrow morning just as they head over to film study. There's the Bobcat band. They're about to get this thing jamming underway as we await the extra point. Kick is up by Sanchez, and it is good. 5:31 left to play. Here's the Bobcat band. Band having their moment, the cheerleaders having their moment. You can't see, or you can see just a little bit on the left side of your screen there, the dancers, sergeantettes. Not sure, every team calls them differently. They're having their grand old time as their team is now up 35-3 here late, almost midway through the third quarter, 5:31 to be exact here on the clock, as they're getting ready for the kickoff. Number 49, Joseph Sanchez, once again. As mentioned before, the running back, Jaguar Gonzalez, just had another touchdown for the Bobcats as the kick is underway, fielded at about the 16, 17-yard line, and he's going to take that all the way back to about the 32. That was number 4, Ray Medina, on the kickoff return. The Bobcat band continues to play their theme song. And here we are back, turning away from the band, turning it over back to me. It's going to be a 1st and 10 at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. Quick handoff from Barrientos back to Lozoya as he's going to get thrown back. Loss of 1. They're going to award him forward progress. It's going to be a 2nd and 12. Once again, another handoff back to Lozoya. A fake handoff as he's going to throw that deep, almost intercepted. The clock's going to stop with 4:31. That was intended for number 2, Javier Medin, or excuse me, that's actually number 7, Ethan Barron. Almost intercepted by number 24 of the Bobcats defense, Albert Armendariz. The senior defensive back almost had one on the stat sheet. As we're back here with 4:31. Jaguars facing a 3rd and 12. On this next play, a read option. They're going to give it to Lozoya as he's just going to be bounced backwards, not forward, the way he would have wanted to go. That's going to be a huge loss. They're going to be bounced back about 6 yards. It's going to bring up a 4th and 16, I believe. We're getting ready to get this punt underway. Once again, Jaguars haven't found a spark on offense. The only points coming from a field goal as Ben Gonzalez lets it bounce one time. Now he's going to take it out to the left-hand side. Has blockers, but not enough. That was number 45, 44 on the tackle for the Jaguars. Uriel Games. That's going to take us all the way down to 3:49 on the play clock here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. Bobcats looking to put another point on the board as some fans from the Bobcats are trying to beat the traffic, thinking they have this one in the bag. And at this point, I mean, why not? It's 35-3, only 3:49 left in the third quarter And they're back on offense once again. A flag looking for the free play. He's not going to get it. They're going to stop the clock. And the official, once again, here he is. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty for the defense. So the Bobcats are going to move up 5 yards, bringing up a 1st and 5 now. Still 3:47 on the clock. Nothing has changed. They weren't able to get the free play, but they got the free 5 yards, so I guess that's good enough. The pass went incomplete anyways, so I'm pretty sure they would have wanted that. Man in motion as Abrego's going to keep it for himself, kicking it out to the right-hand side. One man to miss. Now a swarm of Jaguars trying to chase him down at the Jaguar sideline. They eventually do, but not after he crosses midfield into the 40-yard line of the Economedes Jaguars enemy territory. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. 3:38 as he rolled out of bounds. 1st and 10 for Edinburg High School. Take a look ahead at the schedule for, let's do it for the Bobcats. Let's look ahead at the Bobcats schedule there on offense, and when the Jaguars are on offense, we'll turn it back over to them. Clock is going to start. It's going to be Serna on the carry, left-hand side, rolling out of bounds, and they're going to keep it rolling as he's going to gain another 1st down on that last play. So let's take a look ahead at the Bobcats schedule next week. They have a short week, a Thursday game. They're going to be here. They're playing against Mission High School, so that's looking to be a good one, as Mission was leading their crosstown rival Edinburg North right now, 14-10 at the half. Bobcats have a chance to stay in that one and fight for a victory there. After that, next Friday, October 1st, they're going to start off the spooky season against Edinburg Vela. And that's set to be another good one, as another touchdown. This time it is number 10, Noel Serna. The Bobcats fans go crazy. A quick handoff and instant replay. Serna just took it and ran with it. A jet sweep read option took him all the way down the middle once again with perfect blocking, and the Jaguars just gave up in the end. It's going to stop the clock with 2:49. The replay is there. And here is the Bobcat band as we await the extra point from number 49, Joseph Sanchez, who is up and through the uprights. 42-3 is the score. We'll be right back after this here on Real Sports Live.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And we are back. We're going to continue looking ahead at the schedule. So, as mentioned before, I got rudely interrupted. Just kidding. That was Noel Serna, who had a nice run right there. Touchdown. Bobcats are now up 42-3. So we're going back here. They're going to kick off October on a Friday, 7:30 p.m. here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. They're facing the crosstown rival, Edinburg Vela. Then they're going to be back at home on another short week. They're going to be facing PSG North. As that ball is fumbled by Medin. Gonna take it out to the left-hand side, trying to make defenders miss. Needs a block, cuts it over, and a huge return. Probably running more than he had to. That was number 2, Javier Medin, on the return for the Jaguars. And then the Bobcats on October 15th are going to travel to La Jolla. They're going to take on the Coyotes there. And they're going to be back here at Edinburg against Edinburg North. They're going to be the home team Friday, October 22nd. That is one of our games to watch here. for Real Sports Live. That is our game to watch. And then they're going to be away to finish off the season November 11th against PSGA High School. That's how the schedule is looking right now for the Bobcats as we look it over to the Jaguars schedule now. Currently 1-2, about to go 1-3 tonight. PSGA, they have the Bears next week away on a Thursday, another short week. They have 2 short weeks in a row, 2 Thursday games. They're going to PSGA to face the Bears, and they're going to be here at home September 30th. They're going to face Juarez Lincoln High School. Huskies, they're coming into town. And then they're going to meet in Hidalgo, I believe, against Mission Veterans. Their stadium is under construction. So they have to have a neutral site. Right now, Mission has been playing in Hidalgo. We'll see if anything changes. That's on a Friday. Then they're going to have another short week. They're a quick turnaround. 2 back-to-back Thursday games after Mission. October 21st and October 28th. The 21st, they're facing Edinburg Vela here at home at Richard R. Florida Stadium in Edinburg, of course. And then they're going to face the Raiders out of PSJ North High School. That's going to be away on October 28th. And then they're going to finish off the season, their senior game, the last game for the seniors and for the Jaguars here at home is going to be on November 5th. They're going against the La Jolla Coyotes, and a big run right there is going to give them a first down on a 3rd and 10. I believe that was Lozoya on the carry right there. And yes, indeed it was. So that's the look ahead at the schedule for both teams. If any game catches your eye or that you want to go back, you can just easily go to our football preview. If you don't have one, make sure you go and check one out. If you can find one, get your hands on one, you're going to want to. It is the Football Bible of the RGV, put together by Mr. Joe Bowling himself, the owner and operator of Real Sports Live. Another run down the left-hand side as we are down to the final seconds of quarter number 3, and then a flag gets thrown late on the play, and we're going to turn it over to the official, see what he has to say about that. As I was mentioning before, if you don't have your hands on a football magazine, go and get one. We're there at every venue that games we broadcast live. Here's the official on the call. So we have unsportsmanlike on both sides of the ball, the Bobcats and the Jaguars. Penalty is going to offset, and we're going to be stuck with 17 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And it's going to be the Jaguars with a 2nd and 2 knocking on the door. We're going to have, looks like they're going to let it roll all the way down to the 4th quarter as both teams put their 4s up. We'll be right back here after this. Quick message from our sponsor. There's the band. Real Sports Live will be right back with you with the final quarter of the game here on Real Sports Live after this.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're
And we are back here. 4th quarter action set to get underway on Real Sports Live. Jaguars facing a 2nd and 2. They hand it off to Lozoya to start off the 4th quarter. That goes nowhere, as he's going to be stuffed, maybe brought back behind the line for a loss of 1, but they're going to keep it at the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 with a player down. Lozoya's down on the field, able to get back up as he tries to jog it off there. You see him, his trainer coming on for assistance as he's going to fall down to the ground and be carted off as the officials call their own timeout. We're going to take another commercial break here on Real Sports Live. We'll be right back once he's off the field. Both teams are ready to get this action going.
Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
So there's Lozoya able to get back on his own 2 feet. And the Jaguars faced with a 3rd and 2 now. Handoff to Brandon Torres. Right hand stretch play. No flags down. And he's going to go for a first down and more. That's Brandon Torres on the carry. A big play right there as we take a look at the replay just because we can. Finally gets tackled out of bounds. That was number 26, Albert Guerra, excuse me. And Brandon Lozoya is a guy last week against the Cougars. They didn't enter their stats for the last week, so not able to check that out. As we have a pass coming from Barrientos. That pass goes incomplete. It's going to be 10:54 on the clock left in the 4th quarter. And the Bobcats are faced with a 2nd and 10 on the opposite 25-yard line. Barrientos takes a snap, hands it off down to Torres, has a lane down the left side, eventually gets drugged down. Looks like he's going to be short a yard or 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1, looks like, from here in the booth. We'll see what the official spot is. And it is a 3rd and 1. For the Jaguars. They were able to convert on 3rd down late in the 2nd quarter. We'll see if they can do that here in the 4th quarter. We just started off, 10:19 left to play as the clock continues to roll here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. Barrientos takes a snap, stretch play to the right to Torres, has blocks. No flags, a clean play, and the sticks are going to move for a first down, I believe. As we had a helmet pop off. That was Medin with his helmet coming off. He's going to have to come out the game for 1 play only. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching and there's any games that stick out to you that you think or you have an opinion on, let me know. Put it in the comment section. Maybe we can chat about it for a bit. As we have 9:50 left to play here in quarter number 4. 42-3 is the score. Jaguars knocking on the front door. We'll see if the Bobcats let them in. Looking for their first touchdown of the game. A stretch play back to Torres up the middle. It's going to go down to about the 5-yard line. So a 5-yard gain there for Brandon Torres. It's going to be 2nd and goal, 5 yards to go for the Jaguars. See if they can do anything with this drive they have sustained. One of the longest drives they put together this game. One of the most consistent drives they've had, well, the most consistent drive they've had all game. Hasn't really been going their way much in quarter 1, 2, and 3. Here they are in the 4th. Their only second or third possession of the half, as in quarter number 1 and 2, the first half, they had quite several, and a big tackle coming from the opposite side of the line. That's number 52 or 53, excuse me, Adrian Salinas, I believe that is. A big hit. As we have the camera shaking, there's the band and the cheerleaders and everyone doing the little roller coaster. That's why there's a lot of commotion going on. There's the conductor of the roller coaster, and here we are back on the field. 3rd and 5. Handoff to the right-hand side, stretch play, and he gets pushed out of bounds. A big hit. That was number 5, I believe. Ryan Guidino. As we have to look at the replay on that one, you see him coming from just the middle linebacker position. Boom. Hello. Good morning. He's going to feel that one tomorrow for sure. As the clock stops with 8:10. Roller coaster has been settled. The ride is over on the student section. And here we are back on the field with the 4th and 3. 3 yards to go. Another handoff to Torres, and he gets the first touchdown of the game for the Jaguars. Torres walking into the end zone, and only the extra point is needed to make it 10. The Jaguars enter double digits. There's the student section. Only the ones that are left here in quarter number 4. The dancers there. And the players with the extra point. Attempting extra point is going to be number 2, Javier Medin. And we are going to show you the replay of the touchdown, concluding the extra point as that kick is up. And no good, wide right, as the Jaguars are going to stay at 9. Here is the instant replay of Brandon Torres. Down the middle. Got touched just a bit, but he was in there with ease, evading defenders left and right. It's going to be 8:06 now, and we'll be right back here after this on Real Sports Live. The dancers having a grand old time. The cheerleaders having a grand old time. Here's the band. You know what? Better yet, we're going to stay with you. No commercial break. Here's the sounds of the game. Real Sports Live. You only catch it here. Bobcats edition. Band had their fair share of time on the air. Now it's back to me. 8:06 left to play in the 4th quarter. They're going to kick it off. It's going to be Javier Medin once again kicking it off back to the Bobcats, who have 2 returners back deep. Looks like it's number 10 back, Noel Serna, alongside number 8. And that's going to fall short. The Jaguars are not going to be able to fall in it, just a tad bit late to that one. And it's going to be the Bobcats recovering as the offense trots onto the field. There they are in the bottom of your screen. They're going to be faced with a 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. With 8 minutes and 6 seconds left, we'll see what Coach Rene Guzman decides to do here. If he decides just to run the ball out, or we'll see what he decides to do next. Let the clock run or pile up some more points on the board. We'll see. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Looks like we have a new quarterback in. It was number 10, Noel Serna. And a timeout's going to be called. We're going to take a quick commercial break here on Real Sports Live. We'll be right back with you after this.
Insurance company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We are those Red Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
And there's a Jaguars band, and dancers as we come out of the break. 8:06, Bobcats have the ball at their own 29-yard line. New quarterback is in, as it's going to be a read option, handoff, jet sweep down the right side of the field. It's going to be enough for a nice gain of about 6, maybe going to bring up a 2nd and 4. It looks like it's going to be a gain of 5, bringing up a 2nd and 5 now, to be exact. As a new quarterback in the game, still trying to get a number on him. He's going to take the snap. It's actually number 12, hand it off right back to Serna, excuse me. That was number 12, the quarterback in now, Ryan Abrego. I wonder if he's related to Rolando Abrego. It's a cool little fun fact if that is the case. One brother started it off, the other finished it. And if they are related, then they're going to go home and talk about their win tonight. See what they can do differently. But they can clean up as Abrego takes the snap. Quarterback keeper to the right-hand side. Finds a lane, takes it, and he's going to go for a gain of about, we're going to call that another gain of 5. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 as he makes it just shy of the 50 to the 49-yard line. So if anybody knows if these two quarterbacks are related, please let me know. That will be, look at that. Jimena Falcon, thank you for letting me know they are related. That is very cool. Both playing quarterback for the Bobcats as Abrego hands it off back to Gonzalez. Tries for a stiff arm but gets thrown out of bounds by number 18 of the Jaguars, Jesse Navarro. Clock continues to roll as we enter the 6-minute mark of the half. So Rolando's the older brother. He came out of the game. He is benched now for the rest of the game, and the younger brother's now in as he rolls out to the left-hand side looking for a pass, doesn't get it, takes it all by himself down the left sideline. Has a couple blocks, and he eventually gets thrown out at about the 32-yard line. So a nice run right there by little brother Ryan Abrego. As the clock continues to roll, officials are going to keep the hand motion going. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 at the Jaguars' 32-yard line for the Bobcats. Abrego's taking the snap, a quick handoff down the middle once again. Back for Noel Serna, and that's going to go for a nice chunk of yardage. As we are under 5 minutes now here in this one, it's going to be a 7-yard gain, bringing up a 2nd and 3. So as asked before, ladies and gentlemen, if you know any, if there's any games that caught your attention that I was mentioning earlier, let me know. We could talk about that. I'll give you my 2 cents and thoughts on that game. As Abrego rolls out to the right-hand side for a 1st down. They're going to stop the clock. It's going to be exactly 4:35 left to play. As Ryan Abrego has 2 running backs in the backfield once again. A quick screen to the left-hand side. He's a lefty. He's going to pass it out to his receiver, number 4, Rivers Martinez. That's going to go for a nice short gain. As we get a timeout called with 4:07 left to play. We'll be right back here on Real Sports Live after this, and a message from our sponsors.
Texas A&M Kingsville. Somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros. para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And we are back here. It was actually an official's timeout, injury timeout. There was a player down. He was able to walk back in his own 2 feet. It was number 54, Saul Garcia. Able to get back on his own 2 feet, walk off with the help of his athletic trainers, and we are set now once again. 407, a quick handoff down the middle to Serna as he keeps fighting forward for yards. He's eventually going to be brought down inside the 5, maybe about the 4 to 3 yard line. And it's going to be first and goal for the Bobcats once again. As Abrego back in the quarterback position. Handoff back to Serna as he is going to be stuffed at about the 1 yard line, not able to squeeze in. As they're looking for some last second points, 3:13, almost under 3 minutes left to play. So a 2nd and 1, we'll see if Abrego, the younger brother, can lead an offensive drive and punch it in the end zone. Only 1 yard will tell. As he's gonna call his own number as his brother does, and he's gonna cruise in for 6. The Bobcats back on the scoreboard once again, making that 48-9 as they need the extra point to convert. Older brother gets a touchdown, a rushing one, and the little brother gets one as well. Here's the replay right after we get the extra point. They're the cheerleaders for the Bobcats as we turn it over now to the extra point. 48-9, trying to make it 49-9 in a 40-point lead. Kick is up and through the uprights with ease. Here's the Bobcat band and the replay right up next. Bobcat band having a grand old time, and there's no reason not to when your team is winning 49-9 in a district crosstown rivalry game. As we await for both teams to take the field. Kickoff return for the Jaguars and the kickoff team for the Bobcats. They're coming up next here as they both take the field now. Only 2:47 left to play here in quarter number 4, and the full game will be concluded. Jaguars looking for another long offensive drive. They only have 2 minutes and 47 seconds to get this in the end zone. It took them quite a while the last time. We'll see if anything changes here. Passing game was working for a bit earlier as Sanchez kicks that one. It's gonna stay in bounds, picked up by Barron. As he tries to reverse fields on it, he's going to be tackled up quickly in the good sportsmanship by Alex Guerra as he helps the opposing team up. After tackling him, is going to spot the Jaguars at their own 16-yard line with a 1st and 10. It's shaved 2 seconds off the clock, 2:45 now left to play in the game. And we'll see what the Jaguars can do here. 2:45 left to play. $84 yards to go. see if they can punch it in. Handoff to the right-hand side as he takes it all the way down. A flag is going to come after a huge run. That was a new running back in, number 19, Didier Martinez. But a flag on the play is going to bring us all the way back. Here's the official. And there it is, once again, another holding call, not going the right way. That's one thing they need to fix, and you can fix those easily during practice. You got cadence calls, the hit, and the nobody moves. You got use a ball and a stick, and nobody moves. Or you just practice handing off and going downfield. Get on the sleds. Make sure no one's holding. The best practice for holding is, just practicing against one another. And that's something these Jaguars need to do as they hand it off once again down the middle. Martinez takes that for a nice little chunk of yardage after being faced with a 2nd and 17. They're going to gain 6 yards back. And it's going to be a 2nd and 11 now. So just the little things need to be fixed. And the Jaguars will have a fair shot in another game like this. But, Coach Vandermergel's his first year. Not much he can do about it. Only just, hey, you know what? We have this in the bag. We know what we're doing. Come to practice, show up, buy into the program, and we're going to be all right. We'll see if the Jaguars can turn something around next year as hopefully some players come up from the JV side, some returners. Unfortunately, Coach is not going to have his quarterback, MJ Barrientos. He's going to have to look for QB2, who's number 16, Jonathan Flores. He's a sophomore, or excuse me, a freshman quarterback. He's not in the game right now, but it's a 3rd and 9, and that doesn't go very far either. It looked like to be the second to the last play of the game. We do have the punt team coming onto the field for Economedes, so it looks like the last play of the game has came and went, and it was a great one here. All Bobcats, 49-6. Excuse me, 49-9. Looks like that's going to be the final score as we head into the last 30 seconds. Looks like they're going to try and shave off as much time as possible. One man coming in late. They need to get the snap off. They do. Play clock was going all the way down to 2 and 1. As it's a new returner in, Nicholas Gonzalez tries to take it out to the right-hand side. Makes one defender miss, taking it down the right-hand side, cutting it in, almost makes another. And that's going to do it with 2 seconds left. Looks like they're just going to run the clock out the rest of the way. Oh, they're going to play that last play. 2 seconds left, should be a quarterback. Neal. As we wait for the offense to come on. Not much is discussed, just saying, hey, good job, guys. Good job, fellas. Good job today. Big credit to the offensive line of the Bobcats, able to impose will on the defensive line of the Jaguars. And as we have the kneel down, and that does it. The game has come to an end. The fat lady has sang. The clock has hit triple zeros here in the 4th quarter. 49-9 is the final. Bobcats next week, they are facing the Mission Eagles here at home, so be here for that. It's on a Thursday night. For the Jaguars, they are going to be traveling to San Juan, so stay tuned in for updates on that. Thank you for tuning in here to Real Sports Live. I'm Brandon Guzman on the mic, your host for tonight's game. Eduardo Guzman on the camera, and all from Real Sports Live, from Joe Bowling, from Richard R. Flores Stadium. Thank you for tuning in, and God bless, and have a great weekend.